Hi everyone, this is Lara Hammock from the Marble Jar channel, and in today's video I will share how I take notes when I'm listening to an audiobook using a handheld voice recorder. So I listen to a lot of audiobooks, and for whatever reason I prefer listening to nonfiction rather than fiction. The problem is that it is much harder to take notes while I am listening to a book. And if you've seen any of my other videos, you will know that in order to retain anything, I have to take notes since I have a world-class bad memory. I've tried lots of options, which I will count for you. First, I tried using the bookmarks in the audiobook to mark passages that I wanted to go back to. This does not work for me at all. First of all, it's kind of dangerous since I'm usually driving while I'm listening. Plus, it's never clear to me whether the bookmark starts a little earlier than when you hit it, so I'm always having to back up the audio. And let's be honest, I never actually go back in and listen to these passages. I've also tried to use the voice recorder on the iPhone. So I'm playing my audiobook on the iPhone and then I have to switch to a different app to record a note. Yeah, this is a terrible and dangerous idea also. Too many buttons and manipulations for this to work out well. What had worked the best up until now is to actually get a physical or electronic copy of the book out of the library and essentially read the whole thing over again while highlighting passages and taking notes. So this gives me good notes, but I basically have to read the whole book twice, once on audio and once to take notes, so it's not really the best use of my time. Here's what I do now, and I'm completely obsessed with it. I bought an old school handheld voice recorder. So this is the one that I bought from Amazon, but I think they all essentially do the same thing. Record starts the recording, and then you can stop and start as many times as you want by hitting the pause button. Then you save the recording by hitting stop. So now I start listening to my audiobook with this recorder in my hand. I also go ahead and start the recording since that takes about 10 seconds to get going. And I just hit pause until there's a note that I'd like to voice record. Basically from then on, as I'm listening, I just pause and unpause the recording to take notes until I'm done with that recording session. And then I hit stop to save it. I could have 10 to 20 recorded files for a book depending on how long each recording session was, but they are labeled 1 through whatever. So I can go back to them. I found this to be something that I can easily do while I'm driving and also while doing other chores around the house, as long as I'm able to stop what I'm doing and record a note. Then, when I'm ready to transcribe the notes, the first thing I do is I go online to look for a table of contents for the books. This helps me to structure and organize my note. The best place that I've found to get a table of contents is generally from Amazon's Look Inside feature. So this gives you just a sample of the book, usually the first 20 pages or so, but luckily, those first 20 pages generally include the table of contents. The problem is that this is just an image, so you can't just cut and paste the text from this. Instead, I do this with my iPad and I take a screenshot of however many pages of the table of contents there are. I crop it to include just the appropriate text, and then I use the text grabber app to extract the text from the image. Then I paste all of this text into a new note in Evernote. Once I've done that, I either plug the voice recorder into my computer and transfer the audio files to the computer, or if there isn't too much to listen to, I transcribe directly from the voice recorder. So now it's just a matter of listening and typing. If I do transfer the audio files to the computer, I can use the keyboard shortcuts to help me out. I'm using a Mac right now, so pausing the voice recording can be done with a space bar, and I can use the Command tab to switch back to Evernote. This helps me to continue transcribing without the distraction of taking my fingers off the keyboard. This new technique of using a handheld voice recorder is far better than anything else I've tried. It allows me to take notes as I listen without having to switch to a different app or write something down by hand. It means that I only have to read the book one time, which saves me time in the end. Most of the books that I summarize and review for this channel, I listen to on audiobook, so you'll be able to benefit from this process as well. Let me know what you think. Comments are always appreciated, and thanks for watching.